I am very excited for what is in this box. And since you guys already saw the picture on when you clicked on the video, let's just open it up. No suspense, because it's already very exciting to me. What I have here in hand is the Artisan Cutlery in brass, and let's just take a look at this. I did get this used. There definitely is a lot of patina already on this knife. And this knife it makes me smile. Like, it's ridiculous. This thing weighs so much. It's just, I don't know what to say about it. Like, the knife is ridiculous and I love it. Most people think about knives. They think about, oh, that's a hard use knife, or that's a gentleman's folder, or that's and when you get a knife like this, you're like, oh, well, what is this? The reality is I don't know, and I don't care, because it puts a smile on my face, so I don't even care. But you know what? Actually, hold on a second, guys. That is better. I think you guys can get a better picture of what this knife is and how beautiful this thing looks. Just look at that brass, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And one of the things I do like about brass is the fact that it is going to patina over time. And so, you can kind of see this one. It does have some patina on it, and this is just kind of it getting started. But I like to have it clean when I start with even a used knife, so I will clean them up. And I'm going to do a little more cleaning on this one because it's not quite up to my standards, but you're starting to get a picture of how beautiful these knives can be. This knife, I already mentioned, it's not necessarily a knife you're going to be using. It doesn't have a whole lot of function to it, at least not in my mind. But let's take a closer look at it and talk a little bit about the features, the functions of this knife. So one of the things, obviously, you have the brass scales, and they're going to be both sides. There is a steel insert inside of it, and that is, hopefully you can see that. There is some skeletonizing in that, and it is a liner lock. This liner lock, I mean, in another knife, this liner lock would look like it's plenty big enough, and this one, it looks and feels like it's too small. That being said, I think it'll hold up. I don't think we'll have any problems with it. It just, because the blade stock is a little bit thicker, it feels really, really thin. But if I pull up another knife here, you can kind of see, yep, they're just about the same. It's just that this blade stock here is just so much thinner. So this is definitely a very thick blade stock. We can talk a little bit about that. There's the flat up here. We've got like a fuller going through the middle of it, and a nice flat grind through the blade. This is going to be one that is easy to sharpen, because it's going to be easy just to kind of hold those flats, and it'll sharpen up nice, I'm sure. So one of the other things you will see, these do come with a hole, and there's a pin that's supposed to go in there. I don't think I have the pin for it, but that's okay. The idea is you put these pins in there, and you can make it almost like as hard as or strong as a fixed blade. I don't really know that it matters, because I probably will not use this knife for a whole lot of things other than to, get a smile on my face and be able to show it off to other people. Because I think if you get a knife like that, that's kind of why you're buying it, is to, show it off to other people who like knives. It does come on bearings, and it works. It's not necessarily the fastest opening knife, just because it is so big and so heavy. In hand, I've got big hands, and I'm sure I could put a lot of force into it with this knife, but again, that's not the point. It's not meant to be like the most ergonomically correct, beautiful thing. It's supposed to look cool and be cool, and it accomplishes that. You know, it does have these aluminum orange collars on that. And Artisan Cutlery, if you're not real familiar with them, they are a Chinese brand. I've reviewed some CJRB knives in the past, and same brand basically. This is the parent brand of the CJRB. But they really do produce a lot of different knives that are really nice. Now, if you look at the pocket clip on this, it is a big pocket clip, but you need a big pocket clip for this knife. It is milled out and it is reversible, so you can stick it on this side as well. You'll see there is a pillar design, so you do have, you know, pretty easy to clean out and take care of that. As far as you know, closing the knife, you can see it is a free dropper, and I've talked before about that. I am not a huge fan of free droppers, but in a blade this big and with that much weight on it, it's going to be hard not to have that, especially with these ball bearings. Overall, guys, this is not a knife that I'm going to carry every day, but anytime I pull it out, it is going to put a smile on my face. The blade steel is D2 steel. Obviously, it comes to a very fine point, but that is still a pretty thick blade up until the very edge of that tip. So I'm not at all concerned about this tip being weak. I think it'll hold up to an awful lot of abuse. This thing is awesome to me. I enjoy it. I think I'm probably going to keep this one in, you know, with my knives for quite a while, just so you guys can get a better idea of how big this blade is in comparison to some other blades. Let's take a look at some other ones that I've reviewed in the past. Here we have the CJRB Crag, and as you can see, this is just, although this length is not too far off, you know, look at the thickness of these two blades, and you can see they're not even close. This one is a copper, and so it's fairly heavy too, but again, in comparison, not even close. Another knife that we've taken a look at is this Lion Steel Kerr, and again, these are definitely full-size knives that we have here on the table. And this the Artisan Cutlery it dwarfs the other ones. So there you go. Here it is. You know, if this is something you're interested in looking for, they are basically sold out. I'm pretty sure this was a Smoky Mountain knife special that came in this brass as well as copper. Right now it is currently out of stock. It does not say it's been discontinued, so they may be back at some point, and you can check them out there. This knife, brand new, is only $65. For this knife, to me, it doesn't look like a $65 knife. It doesn't feel like a $65 knife, and I think you're getting an awful lot of knife for it. You know, the D2 steel it's a decent steel. It's not the best steel by any means, but it's a decent steel, and if you did want to carry it and use it, I'm sure you could. I don't think it's very practical, but you could, and sometimes who cares about practicality if you're having a good time and you're enjoying what you got. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button for any future upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, guys.